Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic roundup. We've got a fairly decently sized, fairly large sized haul of Marvel Image books this week, in part because of Diamond not exactly getting all of last week's books out on time, shipped on time. So we've already started off on this with the Avengers. Now let's move on to first of this week's X-Men books. Kicking things off, we've got X-Men number 10. So where we left off, both the Alaska and New Orleans X-Men teams attacked Greymalkin Prison to rescue captured members of their lineups. The Alaska team was working to save Beast. The New Orleans team was working to save Jubilee and Calico. And so the issue begins with before the Alaska team returns to the factory, and there are seemingly Office of National Emergency ONE gunships have basically staged already close to the factory, and Glob's worried that they're going to be under attack. Zorn and two of the mutants that the X-Men have saved in recent issues are also worried. Magneto basically does what he can to calm them, and pretty much says, "Yeah, he's not going to let anything happen to them." However, the X-Men return. And Cyclops says he's going to have a chat with Agent Lundquist, even buying him a beer. And so, Lundquist figures out, oh, well, Cyclops must be wanting to talk so he can surrender in person. He doesn't actually figure that because he's dealt with Cyclops before, but yeah. He's first saying that, yeah, the X-Men have declared war on the U.S. government. But Cyclops makes a very clear case as to why that can't happen. The start of it referencing what is colloquially known in government as the Hague Invasion Act, which was signed into law on August 2nd, 2002. Basically, the way this is the official name is the American Service Members Protection Act, but basically it protected. It was a threat to the rest of the world that if you say bring up an American service member on war crimes charges or similar charges at the Hague, well, the U.S. will do whatever they can take whatever actions are deemed necessary to get that that service member or service members back. But while Cyclops and Lundquist are talking, an ONE server facility in Chicago, Illinois, is beset upon by the Hellions. Cyclops' new Black Ops team, consisting of Jesse and King Bedlam, Boom Boom, Locust, and Phantom X. So we've got they trashed the server facility. Then they trashed a Sentinel Squad ONE support hangar in Springfield, Missouri. Then an ONE comms hub in Abilene, Texas. And archives in Newark, New Jersey. Oh, and a watch station in Boulder, Colorado. And it's basically going to be, hey, so long as ONE's gunships are just outside the door of the factory, more targets are going to get hit. But there will be there's no killing rule being enforced. Also, the government going to war with the X-Men is mutually assured destruction. With Cyclops explaining exactly what would happen if the government murdered him, saying, "If any of you have me murdered, then my wife will know, and she will grieve, and then the Phoenix will return to Earth for vengeance, and he doesn't know if the planet will survive that." After Lundquist leaves, Quentin Quire basically gives the Hellions, the code to orders to stand down and return to base, and he asks Cyclops if it's true that if Cyclops dies, the Phoenix will burn the world. Cyclops says that you can't rule it out. But Quentin was a host, so he knows what it's like. But Quentin asks, what do they do if Cyclops dies? And apparently he had a plan. If he dies, then the X-Men will have to stop the Phoenix again, which means that Quentin, as an Omega telepath and former host, will have to stop the Phoenix. And he explains that that's why Quentin's on the team. And that is where the issue ends. Oh yeah, I'm liking the Hellions lineup so far. I think that Locust is a former member of Rainfire's Mutant Liberation Front lineup from back in the early to mid '90s. I think I've only seen the Bedlam Brothers in the Age of Apocalypse when they were with Factor X. I know, one of them I think was on X-Force for a while in the '90s. But yeah. Anyways, interesting lineup. I'd really like to see them at least in a miniseries or a full issue focused on the team. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Phoenix, number 8. Where we left off, Adani had seemingly taken control of the Phoenix, and it's probably a little more than Adani can handle. But Jean is reliving various points in time. Initially, beginning with when Jean became first became the Phoenix, as well as when the X-Men came to the blue area of the moon and fought Dark Phoenix, but Pericus is chastising Adani for basically letting Jean at least retrieve part of her power. And Rocket and Nova are trying to figure out what to do with Jean, who's seemingly in Phoenix cocoon. And Rocket points to the obvious that if it's a Phoenix cocoon, that would insinuate that Jean's transforming. And so Nova asks, transforming into what? But the current Phoenix faces the past Dark Phoenix. And seemingly comes out on top. But she points out that the true power of the Phoenix is the power to transform, not the world, but yourself. And the issue ends with Pericus apparently resurrecting his dark god brethren, all to while Jean has made her transformation. Not much of a transformation, but she's got the kind of helmet, though her hair is fire and still free. But that is where the issue ends. Okay. I think if I read the new Marvel previews correctly, I think that Phoenix is due to end with in a few issues, but we'll find out. Moving on, though, to our last book for the moment, we've got Psylocke, number 3. Where we left off, Psylocke, while having recently rescued a group of mutant children from some people that probably should not have access to children in the slightest, returned to her to the factory to find the cybernetic arm of John Greycrow stuck to her wall. Also, there are butterflies around. So the issue opens with that, and Jean has to deal with, not Jean, but Quenon has to deal with robot animals that she manages to bring down. She checks Greycrow's cabin and finds that he's gone, and there's fresh blood on the floor. So she reflects on some of her teachings from the hand to figure out what happened. And she manages to find John missing an arm. But well, he's still armed. They deal with the robot animals as well, and Psylocke, Beast manages to fix Greycrow's arm, and Clown and Greycrow go to New York to talk with Shelby Shaw, because the butterflies that were left at her door also appear in a work of art that he has. Greycrow and Shaw needle at each other, but Clown calms them down, and apparently the butterflies are a custom breed, bred by a childhood friend of Shinobi's named Ty Hanover. Born with a rare fatal genetic condition, his family had been isolated to protect his health, but it just made him obsessed with death, apparently. Shinobi thinks. And one time when Shinobi was a child, he was given one of Ty's butterflies. Shinobi thought that Ty was dead, but, well, if those butterflies are any indication, he's not. And it seems to be basically something of an imitation. With Shinobi saying that he won't stop attacking Psylocke until he gets to meet her. And the issue ends with Psylocke about to break into Hanover's place, and Hanover waiting on her. Interesting issue. I'm honestly really liking this book, and I love the fact that Greycrow is not forgotten about. The budding romance between Greycrow and Clown was not forgotten about in the post-Krakoan era. But anyways, that's the do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.